Today I'm going to show you how to make this invisibility shield. Super easy and with very few materials. This video is sponsored by GALC PCB. They are dedicated to manufacturing excellent quality PCBs, where you can upload your own generated files and send them to print for a very low price and with shipping all over the world. First, we're going to make the shield itself. This can be done with any material. It has to be transparent obviously, and the thickness is also going to determine how resistant it will be. I used 4mm crystal acrylic. As you can see, it is quite thin and it bends quite well, so it will make it more practical to handle. I cut it by 140 and 100 centimeters to give the shield kind of a large size, since the sheets, which we are going to make later and then I'm going to show you, are 1 meter by 7 centimeters. I calculated just 2 sheets and cut to that extent. It comes with a protector. Do not peel it off, as it is very useful for marking over it and then cutting it. I cut the acrylic with a jigsaw and then with a thin saw, the thinnest I had and at a very slow pace. Make sure to do this to cut it very slowly, because if not, it's very easy for it to crack. And imagine that if the acrylic is cracked, it will no longer be of use to you, and since it's not something particularly cheap, or at least this one did not come out very cheap for me, it will be a shame if it's ruined. Once you have cut it, you can remove the protection, which is like a vinyl, which is simply so that the acrylic doesn't crack. Now we're going to get 2 aluminum profiles. I used 2 inch per inch and 1mm thick, which is more than enough. This is to put it on the sides of the acrylic and then be able to pass a tight tape through the middle and squeeze the acrylic to achieve a curve. As you can see, what aluminum profiles do is they make the tape not tighten in a specific place, but rather evenly throughout the plate, and this makes the acrylic also curve evenly and not have deformities in where the tape tightens the most. I put 3 on it, 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom, and another one in the middle, so that it also doesn't curve, let's say, differently at the ends. Keep watching over it while they are tightening it so that it's perfectly aligned in each case. It's not important that it comes out perfect, but hey, it's important that it looks as good as possible. Now we're going to fold it. We're going to make it bend like this. In order to do that, we're going to have to apply heat. The hotter, the better. What I did was putting it upside down like that and putting a stove on one end. I put the stove on full power and left it like that for several hours, to tell you the truth, like 2 or 3 hours on each side. And as you can see, once I did that, I took out all the tie straps and it remained curved. If you're going to do it, make sure that it is more or less with the same curvature. The angle of the curvature is not very important either, but it does need to have kind of a curvature equal to the one in the video. Later, I also put let's say a handle to hold it, made out of acrylic, but the truth is that I didn't like how it turned out. But I wanted to tell you because someone might also like the idea. The truth is that it didn't work for me. Now we're going to start cleaning it so that there's no dirt and so that it looks better. I mean, if you can't see the dirt, it's better. I clean it with a little alcohol and some patience. And now we're going to talk about the main component of this project. They're the lenticular sheets. You surely have seen them because they are what these 3D pictures are made with, that surely in your life you have seen a lot of times, especially when you were children. This has a foil on the front. What are they? They're simply a plastic with a series of lenses that, as in the pictures, achieve that 3D effect. They also achieve other effects by bending the light, such as in this case, making quote-unquote invisible whatever you put behind it. It works in the following way. It's quite interesting. It's simply a plastic sheet that has a bunch of tiny lenses on one of the surfaces and is measured by LPI, or lens per inch. Mine is 75 LPI, which makes that when the light enters, it curves, and you do not see what is right behind it. If you're going to buy these sheets, make sure they are of the highest possible LPI. Mine, as I said, are 75, but the more LPI they have, the more quote-unquote resolution whatever is behind will have. The better image quality will have, so to speak. We're going to put it on the shield from the rough part to the outside side, and you can paste it however you want. You can use glue, you can use a droplet, you can use whatever you want. What I used was this transparent tape that is used for packaging, which is simply put on one side, I folded it, and I put it to the back side and it was really good. You can hardly notice that it's bent. I didn't glue it with glue because the glue leaves something white, and that was going to be very noticeable, and I didn't like that. As you can see, I already tried it in the workshop with a Coke that I had there, and I could already see that the effect was very good. Here you can perfectly appreciate the effect. What it does is it deflects the light. We see what is, say, on the sides of the shield, and what we put just behind it, it's impossible for us to see, since the light we receive is curved, and we are not receiving what is just behind. You can put it wherever you want, try it however you want. Also, if you stand directly behind it, you will be invisible. The effect is great, and I think it looks really cool. And if you like this video, don't forget to leave your like and subscribe to the channel so I can be able to make and upload more videos. Thanks for watching this video. Until the next one. Bye.